That's what you do. You buy these clothes that cost me and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on, with a smile on his face.
They just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, every single day, without the truth. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first two episodes, the second season.
We are on the site of the castle,
and it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
Good evening, all. Hope you're all right. Anyway, I just want to say before I bring my guest on there, Dino, and hopefully George, if he's not out celebrating the Manchester City win. I've just got a Gap Painting Services for sponsoring the Frank Carlyle show. Great set of lads, fully time served, fully insured, fully everything. This, get them in. I've had them in myself, honestly, I have. And this is before I knew them, by the way. I had them in, they've done a fantastic job, dead reasonable as well. Very reasonable. But if you're if you're an elderly person, you get a special discount. And if you're an NHS worker, another special discount. So if you know anyone who's working in the NHS and, they really can't afford to do the work themselves, get these lads in. Get Gap Painting Services in. Honestly, great discounts. And if you don't fit into the category of being an elderly or an NHS worker, they're still very reasonable. I can vouch for it. And great workers, honestly. Just get them in. Okay. And also, these lads, well, not lads, Michelle and Mike T, just get them. Just go over. Match days, they're open for 2 hours, or go online at scarforablads.com. And the merchandise is super, it really is. I've got stuff there myself from them, but it's too cold to wear because it's all t-shirts for the summer. Sitting in the air by the bin shed where I sit in the summer, proudly wearing it. Any of those shirts, t-shirts. There's everything up there. So we'll get in there. Great couple and very reasonable quality stuff. Okay. And here I am, back again. Just want to go through a couple of cop-out, the greatest cop-out ever, this fella. Cal, good to see you. Good to see you back, lad. The Red Bird. Hello, Yal. Are you Red? And Snapey. Evening, Mr. C. Evening, one and all. Evening, Stephen Snape. And I'm going to bring in the greatest ever Shankly sign. Unbelievable. And he's the legend himself. But he's not the lost boy anymore. He isn't. He's the found boy. And there he is, the found Shankly boy on this wonderful pod with loads of wonderful people coming. There he is, George.
Hey, Frank, that's praise indeed. The greatest legend in Liverpool. I tell you what, is a few hundred ahead of me, a few thousand. Very nice, eh? Very nicely. Appreciate
You're
it.
our legend. You're our legend. That's what I mean, George. You're our legend. You know, you've got this affiliation
Yes,
with
Frank.
something.
Good to see you. Good to see you on a Tuesday evening.
Yeah, you know, to think Shankly signed you, to think the fellas who you played with and you knew, incredible. You know,
Well,
so many stories to tell and everything else. It's
privilege,
wonderful.
Frank.
It's
Privilege in
wonderful.
my life to play with these lads. They'll never be forgotten by me or anybody else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Christopher
I'm very
says,
happy tonight, anyway, Frank. After the weekend, it was fantastic when we
yeah,
beat Man City. Absolutely wonderful. What a
it was.
performance!
It was. It was. I was watching it again. Yeah, I watched it 3 times since, and I was worrying. I was going, wait. But we controlled them.
We did.
We just controlled them.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliantly.
It was
We knew when
brilliant.
they
Brilliant
I think,
tactically by the squad and the team.
oh, yeah.
Defensively, we were brilliant. We were well structured, well organised. And we broke quickly as well. We could have had a third goal, minutely offside. If Szoboszlai had just held back a bit, we'd have had 3. I mean, we did it was fantastic performance, just when we needed it.
But you know what? I was thinking as well, after watching it, for the second time, all relaxed, no one to score, everything, rather than sitting there with, like, biting your nails and everything. I thought, Slot's gone out and said to the lads, get at them in the first half. And when they come in for the, half time, he's gone, sit back, let them come at us now. That's why we gave up so much possession. That's in my opinion.
Yeah, and we're so quick on the break as well, which is great. We can get from defence, turn defence into attack quite quickly with these boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to bring in Gino now. And there he is, drinking his gin.
Hi,
Dean. Drinking water.
You all right, George?
Yeah, good to see you, Dean. Great to see you. Fantastic, thanks. No problem. Hope you enjoy it.
That's lovely, that's great. And he's given one for the, for the end of the season thing, aren't you, George?
I am.
As one of the prizes for the fantasy.
Whoever wins it, I'll sign and dedicate it and let you have it, Frank. Yeah.
Well, that's lovely. Great. Yeah, I'm going to give it.
Dean, that's great.
Whoever comes second on both of them, I'm going to give something myself. Because, they've been good enough. They've tried and everything else to go in the fantasy and try to win the watch and whatever. So can I just say hello to these wonderful people, please?
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Callum, the copite. I wasn't aware of last stream, but watch back. Hope you're all right, Frankenstein. Snapey says, evening, George. Hey up, Mr. O.
Hi, Snapey. Hi, mate. Good to see you back here.
And you're saying nothing there, Mr. O.
You all right, Snake? Nice one, mate.
Mr. O.
And Red, great Scott at George.
Hey, Redbird.
Robin Snapey's comments there.
Exactly. Ian Mac, hi Frank, George. Good to see you both. What a weekend we had.
Absolutely brilliant.
And as Steve says there, boys, as Steve says, it was the manner of the victory. Slot schooled Guardiola. Can't argue with that. Out of interest, says Elmo James. What a name that is. Out of interest, who would you say was the Shanks most there? That's to you, George. important signing.
It's joint between Ian St. John and Ron Yates. You can't split them really. They came together. One was a fantastic, charismatic striker, and the other one was the most brilliant defender that was around at that time, much like Virgil is now. So yeah, I would say those two.
Yeah, and that's what he says. I think, but he'd say Lousy Yates. That's what Elmo says.
Yeah, Ronnie. Yeah, fabulous.
And Lee Brazy. Hello, Frank. Hope you're better. Hello, Dino and George.
Hello, Lee.
And we were supposed to have Steve Evans on tonight, wasn't we, Dino?
Oh, yeah. What happened there?
What happened? Honestly. He said, I'm sorry. You know, he apologised and everything else. He said, I can't make it. He's got to do something for somebody. Sorry.
Stage fright.
Could have been. Could have been. Could have been. I don't know. But he said, you know, he said, I've got the link and, you know, I've said that it says, you know, we can always come on whenever.
Yeah.
You know, not tonight, but any other time. And I just said, just come on when you want to stay. Because he's a good friend of mine.
Great fella, Steve.
Yeah, he is. He's smashing. I just want to go down here, boys. I wonder what Dom... Hang on. I wonder after Dom ran his legs off against City, if he will start him on the bench tomorrow. We'll be talking about that, lads, if you don't mind, because this is what it's about. So don't say nothing yet. Tomorrow, I can't. Yeah, I've got my distant glasses on. It's terrible, you know. Anyway, tomorrow, to not risk him doing too much, might start Jones, Mac, Gravenberch.
Hey, Frank, don't worry about your glasses. I've got two pair. Look, I need one to see the writing there and one to see the screen.
I know, I forgot to bring it in. You know, my reading glasses, to be honest. I can't wear bifocals.
No, I can't.
You know what, like breaking my neck and that, I've got to be very careful wherever I walk or whatever, you know, especially stairs. And I got these bifocals and I was wearing them and I came down the stairs, not in here, you know, where I used to live. And I right down, missed a step, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just went right down, I was terrified. I was lying at the bottom of the stairs because, well, you know, the evening Dean, mate, says Ian Mac.
Evening, Ian, mate.
Cop out to Callum. I hope Arsenal are enjoying seconds again. 3rd year in a row, they've won that trophy. 3rd in a row. And the outfield, well, good evening, Frank, George, and Dino. There, look at that. He's got us drunk already.
I'll have the whiskies. Dino can have the beer.
Listen, George, are you coming over this anytime this week?
Where are we now? Tuesday. No, not this week, Frank. Next week.
Okay. Next week, okay. See you
next
then.
Week, but it'll be a bit clearer next week. Yeah, next week, come over.
So come and see me, okay.
Pop in one afternoon. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, no problem.
Excellent. I might give you a cup of tea or coffee or a donut.
Hit me over the head with a bottle of whiskey.
The Anfield Ross says, Frankie, I'm glad you're back, lad. I knew ordering to ladies would be too much for us. You're kidding, aren't you? Hello. I've just got to say hello to Paul Louis. We seem to have played our best games against the toughest opponent, City, twice, and are brilliant. Yes.
Yeah. Brought the best out of us, yeah.
And Barry Aldridge, evening, gents and ladies. Now I'm going to go to you, Dino.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got this. This is an important match for us tomorrow. You know, people might think, oh, well, you know, but it is an important match at Anfield.
Absolutely.
And if we win tomorrow, this is all I'm saying. If we win tomorrow, you never know. Like I remember Snapey saying, giving an analogy about fingers on a handle, but I think we could have a hand around one of the handles, if you know what I mean. So, Dino, who would your midfield be, and who would you rest?
I mean,
I know it's hard, I know that. I know it's hard.
I'd be tempted to go with the same midfield that played on Sunday, simply because you've got the benefit of a long week off, extended rest that we haven't had for a while. So I'd be like, open that slot, says, look, you've got a nice week off after this game today. So give everything you've got. Let's go and get them 3 points. And as you say, let's go and put one hand on the league title.
Okay. What about you, George?
Yeah, I agree with Dean there on that. Yeah, definitely. It's a big game. It's a huge game, just as big as a City game, I think Anfield will be a real cauldron. I think the fans will be really up for it and push the guys along. I don't think Slot will make too many changes. It's too big a game. And the next one, Southampton at home, he might be a little bit more, maybe make a few changes and rest there. But we've got a bit of a time, as Dean says, now between tomorrow and the next game, haven't we? So
yeah, that's right. Because it's very important. Because as Dino said, we've got that long week, we've got that long rest to recover everything. I think he'll play the same team because, as someone said, with Szoboszlai, because Szoboszlai was my man of the match the other day.
Oh, fabulous!
Everywhere, an assist and a great goal. That was a fantastic goal.
Yeah. You can do that. I wish he would do that more often, A couple of times he got into the box on his left foot. There was one occasion he passed it to Diaz, and Diaz the ball on the line. It was on his left foot. He could have had a go. Because he packs a good old shot, doesn't he? And he almost scored the second half when he went through. Salah gave him a great ball. And if he chipped it first time, he'd have scored. But it was one touch, and the goalkeeper got down on it, And at the end, he was lying on the grass. He was exhausted. Give everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's one of the lads says, with him being that, with him giving it all, do you think he'll, won't play him and put Curtis there or somebody? Because I think Curtis is brilliant myself. I really do. Made up with him. So, I'm satisfied with what Dino said. You're satisfied with what Dino said. And what about, I think this would be an easier one. What about the defence?
As you were.
Yeah, I'd play the same we started with.
So you even the forward line, you'd start
I'd keep
with
the defence as it is, yeah. I would.
I thought Andy Robertson was really good on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go in at home as well anyway, to be honest, to start off with, at Anfield, definitely.
Yeah. But I thought Andy Robertson done really well on Sunday. Like, he's had a little bit of stick, off myself included. But I thought he marshalled Savinio really well. He's isolated quite a lot against them 1v1, and he held his own, and he showed, that he still got a top performance in him.
He was good coming forward as well, wasn't he? Coming forward down the line, on the wing.
He was really good. Probably his best performance of the season for me.
Yeah. Did you see when he was, I'm not picking, don't get me wrong, I'm not picking, but it fell to the wrong player. It was in the second half. And the ball came, and it was like bubbling about, and it went right to him, and he was in the box, and he had a great opportunity. And I think he could have brought it down and hit it with his left, but he didn't. He decided to hit it with his right.
Wrong foot. Yeah.
Wrong foot. It's a shame, because if it would have landed, properly to his left.
Very left-footed, probably.
Yeah, he is one-footed. But, having said that, well done to him for the game.
So look at Diaz as well. Diaz cut in from the wing. Hit a great shot. Just a bit too close to the keeper. That would have been a great goal.
That would have been a fun. Like Gapco-esque one.
Like Gakpo's been doing, yeah. I thought that.
Exactly. And Snapey says, it's a bit off topic perhaps, but how does everyone feel about keeping Kelleher? Yes, there's more press and signatures on the agenda, but does anyone think he's Ali's best deputy? Of course he is, yeah.
I would just keep him, definitely, but without a doubt. Depends what the lad wants to do. Depends what he wants to do. He might want to have more games in a big team. He might want to get into a regular place in another team, or he might be happy to stay as he is. We'll find out at the end of the season, no doubt. But I like him. I think great.
I think it's going to be difficult for him because you got that Mamadashvili coming in.
That's
just
right.
paid 40 million for him. So
really, yeah.
I personally can't see him sticking around. But
did you know that Liverpool never signed him, and they're only signing him now? Did you know that?
No. What was all done?
I was told that. And I'll tell you what else I was told. It'll come out though, by the way. The Marcia Bagdali, whatever the fuck her name is. Do you know? And I know why. I know why the contracts haven't been signed.
Oh, we're all ears, right?
And it's not. This is what I was told. Confidence, but I'll tell you. This is what I was told. And it's not about I want more money or anything like that. And I think you'd go like that, George. Yeah, they're right. And do you know what it is? They want a percentage of the shirts with their names on the back.
Well, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? That should be a no-brainer.
Yeah,
I thought most players got a percentage.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I was told this about 5 or 6 years ago, that all the sales in Asia, not a penny goes to Liverpool Football Club, but it goes right to that Fenway Sports or whatever it's called. That's what I was told. So you get told things, if you know what I mean. So it wouldn't surprise me if, they do want a percentage. and as you said, George, yeah, it's a no-brainer. They should.
It's a no-brainer. Just say yes.
On the back. I'm not talking about whoever is playing, like Diaz, his name on the back. They want a percentage of that. It's just like with Van Dijk and Mo.
I certainly think Mo looks a lot happier at the moment. He seems a lot more content, more happier. And Slot in his interview was quite forthcoming. He brought it up, which is unusual. And I was watching, who's the lad? Lynch, David Lynch, is it? The lad that does he was very optimistic today about the situation with Mo. So I hope he's right.
No, you're right there. I
don't think he wants to leave.
No, and I'll tell you another one as well. Did you see Trent when we scored not one but the 2 goals?
Yeah, he was right up there. Congratulations, wasn't he?
He was, but he's been like that all the time.
They're all locked in, aren't they? They're all laser focused on winning the league.
Yeah, they're in a good place, aren't they? They're in a good place as a team.
Exactly, good shout. That's a good shout. That it is. They're all focused. Yeah, look, Elmo James, and I'm going to go to you, George. Now, don't forget, we've got owners, and we know what the owners are like. How many players do we need in the summer to go again next season?
Well, I'm thinking it depends what happens in a way with Salah and Virgil and Trent, but I would think you must be looking at least four, I would think, because I think possibly Harvey Elliott might be on I love Harvey Elliott, I do, but he's not getting enough games, and he might want to go somewhere where he gets more games. So there might be a few, and also they'll have to get the big fella Kanate sorted out because his contract comes up next year. So they want to get him tied down as well. I would say at least 4, Frank, possibly more, but it depends on how much money they want to spend, Certainly Slot seems to be making noises that they are going to spend. So we'll wait and see. We've heard all these stories before and it hasn't happened in the last 2 years. So we've got to spend it this summer. If we win the league and want to stay there, we've got to invest. You always invest when you're at the top.
Well, that's my argument, George. George, that's my argument, because when we won the league the last time, when we won the Champions League, there was no investments.
That's right, yeah.
There was no investments whatsoever, because they think the owners, well, this team's good enough.
Well, they are at the moment. They're at the moment, but they might not be next year. Other teams are going to strengthen, aren't they? Other teams are going to strengthen, so we need to strengthen. Without a doubt. We need to be signing players like Isaac from Newcastle.
Yes,
and that's the sort of players we should be going for at our level, top team in the country. Look what's happened to Arsenal. They haven't signed players. They've no forward line now.
No.
Saka's injured. Martinelli's injured. They put a guy who's a fullback up centre forward. He got 2 goals. Thought he was the answer, and he flunked the other day. So if you don't invest, you don't really go forward. That's my view. And we haven't invested for far too long. We've been lucky in my view, with the players we got at that period. Szoboszlai, McAllister, all those guys who are forming the crust of the team now. But, we need to build on that next year.
What about you, Dino? What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, the FSG mouthpieces are out already in the media, aren't they? As George said, they're already spreading the rumours that we're going to have the biggest war chest that we've ever had. But, we've heard that all before. And for me, it's once bitten, twice as shy, you know what I mean? And I want to hang back and wait and see what actually happens before I make any, sort of comments on it. But I think, obviously, we've got to make sure that the 3 main boys stay, and then we've got to look to build upon that. We can't just be having them as our 3 main signings and that's that. I want to see real investments. I want, like you were saying about the last time when we won the league. I mean, we signed Thiago, and Thiago's a bit of a gamble anyway because of his his injury history. And we signed Diogo Jota. Now, Diogo Jota's done really well for us, but obviously he's injury prone as well. So, they never actually took us to that next level. We sort of stood still, and we missed out on a great opportunity to go on and not just challenge Manchester City, but actually beat them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's going to be a very, very big summer, regardless. And at the minute, I'm sort of sceptical about it all, to be honest. I think.
Well, as you mate, I'm sceptical, especially with the owners and the promises. And, we've always said that we need fresh blood. I wanted it in the summer, and we got Chiesa. And then I wanted it in the winter. We got no one, if you know what I mean. But anyway.
We're depending a lot on Endo at the moment. I mean, if you have a fullback injury, if Trent gets injured, okay, we've got Quansah there. But you get 2 injuries in the back 4, who's going to play?
Exactly. I think Enzo, though, at the beginning of the season, he said, I don't mind if I'm a backup. He said that himself.
I think he's
when he has come on, he has, done his little bit, if you know what I mean. Because he hasn't got many minutes. Young for you, though, watching the Brighton game, Jesus, that Balaba is a good midfielder. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that Mitoma as well, the Japanese lad. He's clever.
Barry Eldridge says, depends on how good Marmadashvili is. That's what he says.
Well done, Frank, in pronouncing that name. Marmalade jelly.
Marmalade jelly, yeah. I always remember when Szoboszlai came. I pronounced his name. Don't you see it? And someone put up, it was great, he said, so boss lie.
Yeah.
If you know,
so boss lie.
Yeah, so boss lie. He said lie. L-I-A. So boss lie. So
it used to be dead easy now. They had Smith.
Yeah, exactly. Black and white boy. even them folks up the fantastic Reds. And
Absolutely, well done.
I haven't seen this fella for years. The Scottish pair.
Scottish pair, yeah.
He hasn't been too good, apparently. You know, we were asking about him. Nickers to Arsenal. Good evening to Frank, George, and all. I have still been watching the shows earlier. I have been falling asleep earlier, and he's not too good, actually. He's not too good. That's why he's falling asleep, unfortunately. The Anfield Road. The biggest issue tomorrow is it'll be lovely to have a rest from the schedule. That's been disgusting from the organisers. But Newcastle want to win badly. They want Champions League. We need to be, again, really good. Dino.
Yeah, I mean, I think also, though, I don't think Newcastle want to give too much away because obviously they've got a cup final, and I think the cup final probably might mean more to them than it does to us because they haven't won a trophy for whatever, how many years it is now. So I think while it's important to Newcastle, it's also tomorrow is massively important for Liverpool. It's more so important for Liverpool because if we want to win this league, you know, we can't be allowing Arsenal back into it. We can't be relying on just Arsenal dropping points. We've got to be the one. We've got to take the bull by the horns. We've got to go out.
Sorry, Frank. These games have been high-scoring games in the past, haven't they? Newcastle, 4-3 a couple of times. You know, I mean, they're really good games because the fans of both teams are fantastic, and Newcastle fans will be up there as well. So it'll be a good atmosphere. But that helps us as well, I think, to be honest, especially at Anfield.
Well, what do you think of this? As the Snapey said, I wouldn't be too quick to dismiss Forest tomorrow. They are smarting after losing to tomorrow's opponents, and they want their glory days back. Arsenal's flaws were laid to bear on Saturday because they're playing, aren't they? Arsenal and Forest.
Yeah.
I watched the Arsenal game myself on Saturday. I wasn't going to do it, but I just decided to torture myself for whatever reason. And the one thing that surprised me more than anything was Arsenal's lack of urgency and the lack of seeming like wanting to win the game. I was so surprised. Like, even though I was nervous watching it, I never actually once for a minute thought Arsenal had a goal in them, and playing away at Forest might actually benefit Arsenal because they haven't got that like toxic environment that the Emirates can become. I think sometimes the Emirates can hold Arsenal back a bit. So I don't think it would be as guaranteed that Forest will win or take something off Arsenal as what a lot of people are thinking. I think Arsenal might actually get something there.
Yeah. You'd expect Arsenal to win, wouldn't you, really? I would expect Arsenal to win. But Forest are good at home. They are good at home if they're on the boil.
Yeah.
Some good players.
I think Arsenal match up really well against them. You know, they're quite physical, and whereas Liverpool, when we went there, we like to play football, try and entice them out, and they wouldn't come out. Whereas I think it'll be more of a battle with Arsenal. Like, you know, you've got like big lads like Declan Rice and all that, and I think Arsenal match up really well against them.
Yeah.
Did you know that Gravenberch, John, McAllister, and Enzo combined cost less than Rice? How's that possible? How is that possible?
I know. Rice was taken for the weekend, wasn't he?
Good recruitment on our behalf, like. That is that is smart business. As much as I criticise FSTA, you know, that's
absolutely
really smart business.
There he is. Look, Steve Evans. Evening, fellas. Only on here a minute while I have a breather. Gene, I'll be in the cabbage for an hour before the game tomorrow.
I might see him there. I don't know. I don't usually go for a drink before the game.
I don't drink before. I've never drank before the game.
I don't drink anyway, but I haven't been in the cabbage for years, so
He
Probably be nice
he
to go
doesn't know
back.
where it is, Steve. He doesn't know where it is.
Don't remember where it is. Don't remember them lock-ins.
The Anfield Road saying, Frankie Edwards wanted to know your email. I didn't give it to him as it was on pod the time and didn't want it to show. But he's after it from when he comes up. Thing is, he can get, if he goes on the description, he can see this pod's email. And if he gets in touch with me that way, I'll give him my email, my proper one, my personal one. Yeah, Darryl says, Allison, Trent, Canate, Virgil, Robertson, Sabos, Jones, Gravenberch, Salah, Jota, Gapco, Rest, Maka. Still a strong team, isn't it?
It is a strong team, yeah. That's one, Darryl. I'd like to see Gakpo playing, I must be honest. Sometime during the game, anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
Get him back in.
Look, you've got the likes of Salah, you've got the likes of Jota. Come on, you've got to say Jota as well. You've got Gapco, you've got Diaz. Now Diaz runs.
Oh, yeah.
And he takes the ball out of our defence and he goes up. He takes this is what people don't mention, actually. He takes a hell of a lot of pressure from the defence when he gets that ball and he runs at the opposition. He does it every game. Every game. I think he's a great player, I
think, Frank, I think we'll score tomorrow. We've got the firepower up to score. At least one, maybe two, possibly three. But what we need to do is mark tightly on Gordon and on Isak, because them two are quite dangerous if we give them room. And Alexander-Arnold will need to be tight on Gordon. I wish he'd give him a kick. I wish he'd get a bit stuck in at times, a bit like Bradley. Get into him. That guy, Doku, he wanted a good kicking on Saturday. I don't mean that literally. He needed, really get into the ball and turn him over, before he gets a chance to go past you. So you have to watch Gordon. He's a tricky player.
Yes. And Christopher says, Slot said something about players being able to play 5 games on the trot in his pre-match earlier. So I think it will be the same team as Sunday.
Yeah, he said if they play international matches, the regulars they do, they should be okay for a game every 3 days. But you still have to rest players tactically because of injury risks.
I made up the Scottish Bear, came in because, everyone's been worried about him.
Yeah.
And the Anfield Road just sums it up. Just see you pop up at them. Thought there's our old mate, Scottish Bear.
Yeah.
They're all asking about him, Darryl. And Barry Aldred says, will Newcastle put everything on the line tomorrow, bearing in mind? What's that?
You mean the final, I suppose?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all do.
Go down, boys.
Yeah, I don't think that Newcastle want to show too much. I think they'll have a game plan, but I don't think they'll want to give too much away of what they're capable of.
Well, the Redbird says, I reckon Newcastle would be a tougher opponent than the cheating City.
Could be right.
Yeah, I know that's fair. I mean, City at the moment are way off the pace, aren't they? I mean, I was surprised with Man City on Sunday. I mean, there was not one part of that game there where they even looked like they were going to score for me. I thought
a lot of possession, Dean, didn't they? But no end product.
They passed themselves to death, don't they? Too many passes. I'd been tearing my hair out if I was a City fan watching that.
Yeah, square passes. You're
looking like, where did they go? And it was just like Virgil Canate was just like going, there you go, boys, try and break us down. And you know what? They couldn't.
Yeah. What gives you encouragement is to see Notts Forest score 3 against them in the second half there. A couple go back to 4-3, didn't they? And they were struggling at the end, Newcastle. They were holding on.
Yeah. Newcastle have looked tired the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They were awful against Man City, Newcastle. Like really awful
And
against Man City.
that's what you said about Dino. What you said about City being, not themselves or whatever. And I said that City hammered Newcastle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the danger is they're like Everton. Everton are fighting relegation and they kick rubs out here anyway. But these are fighting to get into the Champions League.
Yeah, top 6, top 4. Yeah, they're trying to get there.
I personally think they're going to be laser focused on the cup final. I think the cup final to them is
that's their biggest game for 40 years.
Yeah. And they're still in the FA Cup, and they got the FA Cup on Saturday as well. And I think that's big for them as well.
They haven't won a trophy for about half a century.
Yeah.
So, they're going to be, that's the end of everything for them. The owners, manager, the players, the fans, they'll be up for that at Wembley.
Definitely.
And what I was telling you about, about the percentage of the names on the shirts, I thought Mo already had a percentage on the shirt sales, especially in the Muslim lands.
Yeah. I'm sure he does.
This is off a good fella.
Well, don't they call them image rights? It's the image rights, isn't it? Yeah. I thought most of the big stars had image rights.
Well, they might. I'm not saying that they don't get a percentage, but they might want more.
More, yeah.
How many Virgil shirts and how many Mo shirts get sold?
Oh, thousands. If
you're talking from
everywhere.
Say like Robertson, say like even Szoboszlai, even McAllister. You don't see many with their names on the back, do you? Really?
No.
It's all Virg. It's the number 4. It's the Virg. It's Mo Salah.
Salah's like an icon, isn't he? Especially in the Muslim world. He's an absolute icon.
In Africa as well.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Well, the Scottish Bear says Chelsea want Kelleher, Slot, and Liverpool to tell them to do well. Don't sell them to that lot.
I like Kelleher. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but I don't think he's as good as what a lot of people are making him out to be. I think he's come in, he's done a good job and all that, but I think if we can get 40-50 million for him, take it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's no Alisson Becker. Let's be honest.
No, when Newcastle, he lost it. Well, sadly, he just misjudged the cross last minute.
And you know what, George? He done that against Aston Villa the week before, and he got away with it as well. Not last week. I mean, obviously in November we played Aston Villa in November. He done it against them. Luca Dini done put a cross in from the left hand side, and he started. He thought he was seeing it going out again, and there was someone at the back post on Villa, and look, unfortunately for us, it hit the side net.
Yeah, he's done great for us when he's come in. I must admit, he has done great.
He has.
He's not, as you say, he's not an Alisson Becker.
I don't think he's this number 1 that a lot of people are touting him to be. I don't see it. I think he's a very, very good understudy.
Yeah, the new boy comes in, he won't be here, I don't think.
No.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone.
Yeah.
He's the best understudy in the whole of the Premiership. You've got to
good penalty taker as well.
No, I mean, if he was to go to like a Bournemouth, someone like that, I think he'd have a really, really good career. But I think if he was to play for Chelsea or someone like that, and you've got that pressure and the expectation of you've always got to be on top of your game, and I think it gets to a point where I think he'd struggle and he'd be found out.
Yeah,
but I don't think there's anyone more. Liverpool is more pressure than Chelsea.
Yeah, look at the goalkeeper. Chelsea gave a goal away against Villa. Went under his body, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was a terrible mistake.
Well, look at the one against Newcastle.
Yeah.
We should have won that game.
Before, Frank, yeah. That cost us 2 points out.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's it. Cost us
be 13 points clear now.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a question for the fans. And it's from the Anfield Raw. Question for Frankie and panel. Do you think we should play similar again tomorrow at St. James's? They picked us off on the counter. I like the idea of playing a patient game again. Now we mix it up. What you think?
I think we should play. I think we should play a patient game, really, because if they don't score, we don't lose. So I think we've got to get nice and tight and then to get the first goal. Because if you get the first goal, it makes a big difference. They've got to score 2 then. You know, I mean, we've got the skill to counter-attack. If they try to come at us, not sure they'll be able to, really. But they might.
What about you, Dino?
I don't see it. Not at home, not at Anfield. I can't see us being as I can't see Liverpool sitting as deep as what they did at City. I mean, if we get an early goal, maybe we fall back and drop in deeper. But I think if you're sitting and you're asking them to try and break you down, I think you're asking for trouble. I think you just got to go out and play our normal game. Just play the game that's in front of us and do what we do.
That's what we normally do at Anfield, don't we?
Do you know what? I don't watch BBC at all. You know, I really don't. And I even said on there, I don't even watch Match of the Day. So I decided to watch it. First time. And anyway, I watched it. And it was on the panel. It was Joe Hart and that Deeney fella. And Deeney came out, didn't he, and said that Mo Salah is not a world-class player.
Well, that's just nonsense. Stupid statement.
I couldn't believe it. Everyone, every pundit, everyone has said, players have said, that he's a world-class player, except that Tibby.
He's got to be a favourite for the Ballon d'Or, hasn't he? He's got to be if he keeps going. He's got 11 goals left. He's scored 30 goals.
I was surprised. I was watching LFC before, LFC TV. It's another thing. But anyway, I didn't realise that he scored 50 goals, European goals. 50.
Incredible.
50 European goals he scored.
The more Thierry Henry, I think.
It's incredible.
He's our top scorer in the European Cup, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got a long way to go as well. I mean, God blimey.
I personally think that Mo's thinking to himself that he can beat Ian Rush. I honestly believe he's that driven and he's that self-focused that he believes that he could be our leading club goal scorer. I think he's that determined to do that and he believes that he's still got it in him to do it.
You need to be here 2 more years at least, possibly 3, I think.
Yeah. He needs 3 years and he needs to be getting the same numbers as what he's getting now, and I can't see it.
No, I don't think he'll catch Rushy.
I think that's where the standoff with Liverpool is. I think Liverpool are worried about the drop-off because it's going to happen, and Liverpool are worried about paying him all this kind of money.
Yeah.
And then the drop-off happens and he falls off that cliff. And then...
Yeah, but, you know, I don't think...
Can't see that happening.
It should. I don't think that the owners should be... I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that the owners, should be thinking of that.
No,
I really don't.
They should be thinking, how much will it cost to replace him?
It's all our analyst stuff now, isn't it? You know what I mean? They go off all that kind of stuff, don't they? Yeah. And they have the people there on the laptops going through all the analysts, and they're like monitoring everyone each game and stuff, and they're going by past plays instead of going off just.
But Dino, look where we would be in the league without Mo Salah. Look where we would be. We wouldn't be top of the league. We might not even be in the top 4. I mean, he scored 30 goals and 16 assists. I mean, from the wing.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
He's irreplaceable. They've got to sign him.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. You've got to give
But he's not wanting more money. That's the problem. He's only wanting more on his, the name on his shirt.
Yeah, 50 a week anyway, isn't he?
And the Virgil. To say, I don't know about Trent because I asked about Trent. And he said nothing. That's what he said. You know, he just
Interesting.
said. Anyway, Snapey says, in all seriousness, where do anyone go from us? How many pundits and managers have all said the same? Liverpool are currently the best team in the world. Anywhere else is surely a retrograde step.
I've always said that. I've always said, and I'm not saying we're the best team in the world. We are at the moment on where we are, but you've still got to look at Madrid, and they're a huge club. But we're right up there with them.
There's no one bigger than Liverpool in my eyes. So
no, that's right. That's what I've always said, Dean.
No.
Me and Frank have spoke about this a lot. I mean, players that have left Liverpool, none of them, bar maybe one or two, possibly Suarez, did well when he went to Barcelona. Not too many others.
I think I can think of McManaman.
Yeah, he did
Suarez and Alonso.
Yep.
They're the only three though. Out of years.
Yeah.
Out of years. If you know.
Like look at Ian Rush. Rush went to Juve.
Came back.
Yeah.
Saw that the grass wasn't greener, and he wanted to come straight back home. So
Michael Owen went to Madrid, then ended up in Newcastle, then Man United. Never the same again.
Yeah. And even his career stopped.
Yeah.
Same with Coutinho.
I mean, these are the best of times for Liverpool. To be a player at Liverpool now, it's got to be the best of times. And when they look back in the future, they'll be real pals, real heroes, like I was with these guys back in the 60s. They'll always remember Mo and what he did and the goals he scored and Big Verge and all them and the fans and the parade, hopefully this year, which would be stunning if we win it. You know, there's nowhere, as you're right, Dino, nowhere better to be in the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Spot on. And the red bit holds them back from the red bit. I hope the leeches FSG don't let Slot down like they did Klopp. They will. I know they will. We're the shelter buy club. And if we don't sell anyone, I've got this horrible feeling, right? If we win the league, which we're going to, that's in my opinion. If we don't win the league, then
it'd be shocking if we don't.
Exactly. So if we win the league, and it's still got to be if we haven't won it yet. If we win the league, I reckon someone will say to FSG, now don't forget, FSG own us. No matter what you think of the fishman, Henry, he is the owner. He is the boss. He says what goes. And I think with who we've got in the background, I'm not talking about Sloop, by the way. In the background, we're good enough for another 2 years. So no need to panic about buying. That's what I think.
I think they will buy us some other, Frank. I really do.
I think they're getting to a tipping point though with Liverpool supporters, because I think even the ardent FSC supporters are starting to become that more awake and aware of like, they can't go along for as long as they are now without signing anyone. No. You know what I mean? So I think that it's becoming to a point where people are starting to wake up to it now, and I think that this summer could be whether it all changes or.
So do you reckon that for the owners it's pivotal this summer?
Yeah, they've got nowhere to hide, Frank. There's nowhere for them to hide. We know that we need investment, and especially if those three don't sign new contracts, they've definitely got nowhere to hide.
Well, that's George said.
Because the money. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, as George said, how can you replace Mo? How can you replace Virgil?
You can't, and the money that you're going to have to spend in transfers to sign
exactly
those amount of goals in, you might as well just pay Salah.
Yeah, exactly.
You might as well just pay because you're not going to get better than what unless you can categorically identify players that are going to be better and give better return than Van Dijk, Trent and Salah. You might as well just keep them because you're not going to. It's not going to happen.
No, you're not going to. None of them. All three can't be replaced.
Yeah,
100%.
irreplaceable. Liverpool has
100%.
won. It always has.
Them three.
100%.
Heart of the team. It's the heart of the
I mean,
team.
I mean, we've always like replaced play, like, you know, Kevin Keegan to Kenny Dalglish kind of thing. But there'll never be another Kenny Dalglish. You know what I mean? There'll never be another Luis Suarez. But there'll be players. There'll be Mo Salah. But
No.
the club will move on. But you know,
Of course they will.
See, before FSG, right? You know, bear me out on this. Before FSG, when Keegan was leaving, Keegan was on top of his game. Just won us the European Cup. Well, he's one of the lads. Not just saying it.
Yeah.
And I said at the time, who are we going to replace him with? Who the hell are we going to replace him with? And Wallop, who's it we replace him with?
Yeah.
You know, Kenny.
The king.
God. It's incredible. That's who we used to replace. That's why Liverpool in the early 70s, when we won the final in 74, Newcastle, you know, we went on from there. And then we became the greatest team, in my opinion, in the whole of Europe.
Yeah.
The whole of Europe, late 70s, 80s, we were unbelievable. Because we replaced, and even Terry McDermott said, you know, Paisley brings in two players. He says, and we're all on our toes. You don't like to get injured. It's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, so you've proven, Dino and George, as you know, that investment wins you games and wins you trophies. It's
the right investment as well.
Yeah, it's got to be the right player.
Of course.
That's where Souness went wrong.
Yeah,
he did.
Well, as Daryl Merry says, Dino sounds like Stevie G.
Yeah, of course.
That's a compliment, anyway.
The unfair question for the panels. That is a good one. Elliot H.G. Wade is certainly he'll be sold in the summer. Also, with potentially 200 million in winnings from the Champions League participation, does that all need to be spent, George?
Yeah, you've definitely got a big pot of gold from the Champions League, because I mean we've been right at the top all the way through, and all the television money has been piling up and stuck in the bank, I imagine. You know, obviously you've got to watch the financial fair play, but we should have a lot of cash now, a lot of money floating around the club, ready to sign whoever we want to sign, I think. But they don't seem to have done it in the past few years. But hopefully, you know, as Dino said before, things are starting to get a little bit tighter. Fans are starting to get a little bit restless about the absolutely over the moon what's going on at the moment with this slot in the team. But got to look one eye to the future, haven't you? You've got to look for after the end of the season. We've got to build, keep on building. Keep on building. And like Shankly says, you know, frighten them all to death. Stand on them all.
Well, as one, Dino, Snapey says, strengthening when on top is essential. Okay, we've no divine right to silverware, but surely we have justifiable expectations to compete for the top honours in domestic and European honours. We are us.
Well done.
Dino.
You stand still, you fall behind.
How many times have you done that? I keep saying this, and this is about the owners. This is about, you know, you can't even blame Klopp or anything. And when we signed that Thiago played less games than Keita, you know. Keita. Did you know that? He played less games. Anyway, you know, I keep saying when we bought Thiago, when we bought him, we didn't sign another midfielder for 4 solid years. That's shocking.
It's shocking, yeah.
That's shocking. And this has been going on for ages. for a long, long time. This is why we can't. I was going mad when, over Klopp, I didn't have criticise him when he came out and said, when he said, I wanted to keep Milner. And I thought, this is the reason why, we would get rid of these players who do you think will go, do you know? If there is a summer sale.
I think Nunes will definitely go. Harvey, I think, might go.
I think he'll go. Who else?
Joe Gomez,
Costas.
maybe.
Joe Gomez. What about Jota?
I don't know, I don't know about Jota. I think Jota has got a lot to offer.
Yeah.
I do.
I would keep him.
I think Jota's going to be really important now for the rest of the season. If he can stay fit, we win the league.
Yeah.
And comfortably.
I think he's our only natural goal. I know it sounds daft, we've got Mo there, but I think he's our only natural goal scorer.
As a centre forward, yeah.
Incredible. He's absolutely incredible. But he's not match fit, unfortunately. He's not 90. What I mean by match fit, he's not like 90. Yeah, not 90 minutes.
Yeah, missed a few chances recently, hasn't he? Like Villa.
Yeah. Well, as Callum says, I think we'll win 2-0, 2-1.
Yeah, hope so.
Any win's good for me.
And me.
Yeah. And the Anfield Road, Scottish Bear, we all wish you the best, lad. Miss you on here, mate. And he replies by saying, thanks, my brother. Good banter on Frank's channel. Well, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you, Scottish. We do worry about our lads. When Red Bears,
one or two get problems, don't they?
We do miss them. And the cop-out says, news has just broke. We are monitoring Hato from Ajax, Fabrizio Romano.
Monitoring?
Who's broke the news?
We was monitoring Marmouche, wasn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
any other guy
amongst with Mo.
This is the guy, and he was a guest for Gravenberch's guest, and he attended one of our games. And he was seen in the main stand, so then everyone just tries to connect the dots, don't they? And
I'll tell you
maybe there's something in it.
I'll tell you who I wanted, George will clarify this. I wanted Carabashelli.
Yeah.
I wanted him, and he went to PSG. I wanted him.
Playing against us, wasn't he?
And we were monitoring him and interested in him, and like we were with Bellingham, like we were with Shumani, like we were with
Caicedo.
Exactly. Glad we never got him.
Exactly. And the other lad.
Yeah, look, the Anfield Road says, Callum, Romana always seems pretty solid. I'd say that's 80% true about that. How do you say it? Hato? What is it? Is that Japanese fella?
No, he's Dutch.
He's Dutch.
Well, he plays for Ajax. I don't know if his nationality is Dutch, but he plays for Ajax.
Okay. And Copite. Raw also, that fella, Hussein from Bournemouth. Hussein is that.
They've got some quality players, Bournemouth.
And we need to go with a strong team against Newcastle, says Paul Owen, as we have a week off before.
Yeah, I think we will, Paul. I think we will. We'll have a full team out there. We'll have our best team out.
Can I ask you about that? I'll start with you. I'll start with you, George. PSG, the draw.
I don't mind. You've got to beat anybody. You've got to beat them all, Frank. If you want to win the European Cup, you've got to beat whoever comes in front of you. I don't fear anybody. I bet they fear us more than we fear them. The way we are at the moment, top of the European League, Anfield's a hot cauldron for any team to come to. Very few go away with the points. So we're playing at home second, aren't we? So if we can get over there and get a result, any sort of result, 0-0, 1-0 down, anything, or a win, we've got to be confident, I think, Frank, to be honest. And then who do we get after that if we win? Is it Arsenal, possibly?
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, is it?
Yeah, Aston Villa. Aston Villa or Bruges.
And again, I don't fear them home and away, or Bruges.
And then it's harder like Arsenal, Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Yeah, so,
this has changed dramatically, hasn't it? I prefer those little league, Champions League.
Yeah, it's a whole different format, isn't it? I'm not sure I like it.
To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah.
Exactly. We beat Real Madrid at home, didn't we, already? 2-0.
I think I'd rather play Real Madrid over 2 legs than in a final.
Yeah, we've always given them a good game, haven't we?
Think about it, lads. We won the bloody league, and look who we're playing. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, Frank, but you can just as easy draw them in the old format. Do you know what I mean? In the old format, it was more. You had more of a chance of drawing like a PSG or a Bayern Munich or something. So I think PSG will go, shit, we're playing Liverpool.
Yeah,
You know
exactly. Exactly. That's what I think. We don't fear anybody.
As long as it doesn't end up like the Cup Winners' Cup from 1997 when they beat us 3-0 in the first leg.
Yeah.
Always remember that night.
Yeah, but look who else beat us 3-0 in the first leg? Barcelona.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And we come back at Anfield.
That was the greatest night, that wasn't it? Really.
That's why I say second leg at Anfield, it's a big bonus.
Second leg at Anfield's massive.
Huge. European nights at Anfield, there's nowhere better.
And the Redbird says, it's Sir Boz that needs a rest. That's great, that Sir Boz. I like that. Elmo James, left back as a priority. I prefer Atto from Ajax rather than Kerkez from Bournemouth.
I thought Atto was a centre half.
Not sure. I don't know that guy.
I thought Atto was a centre half, is he?
I don't know him.
Oh, no.
You got Kerkez, you got Robinson from Fulham. Another good fullback.
Barry says Salah versus all will be interesting. What do you think, guys?
He's played against better players than him and roasted them.
Yeah. I was just going to say.
Lewis Hall struggled like mad against City the other week against that Savinho. And I don't rate that Savinho at all. He's a poor man's Riyad Mahrez. And he absolutely destroyed that Lewis Hall. So if Savinho can destroy Hall, Mo Salah certainly can.
Yeah.
No one can stop
You
Mo Salah.
can't leave Mo Salah alone for a second. You can't leave him alone for a second.
No, his pace and his power.
It's his passion. Well, look at the assists.
That's where his game's improved, I think, and his assists. He's a lot less selfish than he was maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
With Mane, he used to be quite selfish with Mane, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He used to fall out.
Mane used to go mad at him.
Yeah.
He did, he used to go mad.
Well, he's always looking to pass it with the outside of the foot and lay a goal on.
Yeah. That's good, that, Barry. Point that, mate.
Yeah.
And Scottish Bear, Newcastle will go at us. We will catch them out in transition. This Liverpool team are better when teams are having. I said exactly the same last week, Scottish. When we played the likes of them, and we were going, it wasn't a bad patch. We were just playing cloggers and that. We were playing awful. Playing terrible. And I said, coming up to the Aston Villa game, I said, Aston Villa are more footballing team.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And they open up, and that's what we were far better. That's why it gave me not a load of confidence, don't get me wrong. But I was more confident going into the Manchester City game, if you know what I mean, rather coming off the back of bloody Everton.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I proved it. because I said the same about City. City are a footballing side. They like to play football. And look what we did. And it's just like, Newcastle tomorrow. They're a footballing side. That Al fella, he likes to, have them play football. Like he did with his Bournemouth side.
Hey, by the way, Frank, by the way, what do you think of that corner? That was a cracking corner on the practice ground. They've obviously rehearsed that. And you can see the delight on the team when it came off, when Robertson hit it along the ground and, Slobo just sidelined it back to Salah. That was a fantastic goal. I mean, the coaching shows its worth. Yeah.
I said to Francine, I said, you've got to watch this. Because she was she was down. She took me to the doctors and that today. And anyway, she said, I said, hey, I'll watch it. Because she's on the phone, I said, what's looking now? And it was the corner. It wasn't so much the corner. It was what the co-presenter. I love John Bradley. I think he's a great commentator, for LFC TV.
Yeah.
And his co-commentator was Ronnie Whelan.
Oh, Ronnie, yeah.
And Ronnie went like that. He took the call. He said, that was great. He said, but I thought, oh no, it hasn't gone in the air. He really thought that it was a bad corner. So he retracted everything he said. So
that touch on Szoboszlai was just...
That was brilliant.
Absolutely.
Straight off the coaching ground, that training
ground. Perfect. Absolutely inch perfect. He just caressed it.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, fantastic.
That was brilliant. And they never had anybody else, did you notice? They had McAllister taking the corner.
Yep.
They had the Sob there. You know what I mean? Nobody else.
You ran forward, didn't you, to get it? Yeah.
To give that ball.
Yeah, he come from behind the City player, didn't he? He come from behind. The player got in front and nicked it.
Yeah, you could see it was rehearsed. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Apparently, they only done it the day before.
Was that it?
They only done it on the day before.
Yeah, amazing.
Just one day on the
ground. You can't do that again. I'll tell you what it reminded me of, the ball from Szoboszlai. And I hope you agree with me here. Do you ever remember Liverpool and Everton? And the ball came to Mane, and Mane just chipped it over his shoulder onto the unrunning Mo Salah to put a pass Pickford. Do you ever remember that?
I think so. Yeah, I think I do.
Just that reminded me of it. That reminded me of it.
I'll tell you what, I thought our supporters were fantastic as well.
Oh, I loved them.
I watched this inside Anfield. Some of the scenes at that end after the game was fantastic.
Looked like they were having a party.
Yeah, stadium was empty and the boys are all singing away. We're going to win the league.
Oh, it was brilliant. I was watching. There's an old lady who goes to all the away games, and I've seen her again. And she was lovely. Little scarf, little.
There was an old guy there as well. He was staring wistfully at his face all round, and they were going ballistic. He's just standing there with his eyes all glazed.
And you see,
one of the commentators said it's the finest he's ever seen. I've never seen fans who said stay behind for about an hour singing. I mean, it's amazing.
I've seen this little Asian lad with his dad as well, and he was giving us all that. He only must have been about 6. This is what it's about.
It is. You remember that forever.
This is what our fans are about. Yeah, and Elmo says, I can't see City coming back next season. So this has to be a big opportunity for us. Yeah. Dino.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think one of the things that was so noticeable was that the level of player that they brought into replace the previous world-class players are just not on that level at all. The likes of that Mateus Nunes and all that, they're just nowhere near the level that City have been at. And quite clearly, Kevin De Bruyne is finished. Right? He was a non-entity. And
Francine said that.
I think City who need to go out and spend like big. I think they will anyway, but I think there's a few. Yeah, I think
and that right back, they bought the right back, and he's not a patch on Carl Walker was in his prime.
No, they've got to go a few places in that team where they need a better quality of footballer. Definitely. Like that, even like that Guardiola, who they spent like 60 odd million on.
And Gundogan's past his best as well. Gundogan, he's past his best.
Gundogan, yeah, he brought him back though, didn't he?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I
think Guardiola is doing what Shankly did. He's staying loyal to them too long.
Yeah. No,
well, that's what
Guardiola bought him as a centre half, but because they don't fancy him at centre half, they put him left back. And Mo Salah absolutely destroyed him on Sunday.
Yeah. No, they're going to need They've lost 7 games, haven't they? Lost 7 games. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Lost more games this season than lost in the last 4 seasons.
Yeah. Pep Guardiola, though, he's the master deflector, isn't he? And I mean, as much as I can't stand him, he's really clever in playing the victim. He makes out that he's hard done by, we've had injuries and all that, but forget about the 200 million that you've just spent in January.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
But the point is, I think there's problems in the dressing room. And it could have been with that Kyle Walker as well, by the way. That's why he's gone. Because I said it when I seen Pep with a big sore, a recent sore. It wasn't an old sore on his nose and all the scratch marks on his head.
Yeah. The bad side.
That was a fighter. And that's been in the dressing room.
And Grealish has gone off the boil, and you don't see much of him. 100 million they paid for him. He's not on the radar at the moment.
I like him as well, Grealish. But you're right. You know, it must be affecting the players.
Definitely.
And I tell you, the most miserable face I've ever seen, honestly, in my life. And it's not just like in sport or anything like that. It's in anything. Is that Foden? He's got the most miserable face I've ever known. I've ever seen him in life. And I've seen some miserable goals.
Yeah, he's struggling.
He just looks so fucking
Did you see Haaland's face? Haaland is sitting on a bench.
Well, yeah.
Haaland was sitting on the bench with his head in his hands.
Yeah.
I think Foden burns out, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry?
I think Foden burns out. I think he's played that much football right the way from being 18 till now. I think he's just having a down year, isn't he?
I mean, you got to think he's the same as Salah. Without him, City wouldn't have been where they are. He scored
no.
How many goals?
Yeah. I think. Do you ever remember when? Who was it? It was Graham Souness when he first came to Liverpool. George, these won't remember it. It's that long ago. And he got rid of too many players, didn't he?
Yes.
When he first came, he got rid of them. The likes of Peter Beardsley, for example, got rid of them to Everton. Anyway.
Great player, Beardsley.
Anyway, and I think Pep did exactly the same. He must have thought, I'll bring new players in, get rid of these, like the Jesus and, the rest of them. And I think he broke the team up too quickly. That's what I think. That's what I think.
I think Pep's breaking them up too late.
And Barry Aldridge says, Newcastle are up and down like a bride. No, come on. The Anfield Roar. Frankie takes Des Lynam's image. Like, let me haircut.
Des Lynam.
Oh, there's a Dorothy. Snape. I'll just get down to Dorothy, lads. Okay. Snapey says, Dean raises. A good point. Newcastle look tired. Tomorrow is an opportunity to show the Newcastle fans that their trip to Anfield South could well prove futile. I'll say this, they'll bottle it.
Yeah, Wembley suits us. It's a big pitch.
And even the Anfield Roar agrees. That's true. And Dorothy, How long do we think Alisson is going to be with us? I think Keller has done marvellous for us. Who's to say any other number 2 is going to be better? Do you know?
I hope Alisson signs a new contract. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't comment much on Mamardashvili because I've never really seen him play. So I mean, I don't know whether he's going to be the answer, but Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world. So why you'd even think about moving on from the best goalkeeper in the world unless he himself wants to go? Then it's a different.
And he doesn't want to go.
He could play until he's 40. Look at Dino
Yeah,
Zoff.
I know, but I mean, I've seen rumours that he wants to go back stuff, so I don't know how true all that is. But if we can keep hold of Alisson, keep hold of him, because you're not replacing him with a better goalkeeper.
I think that's a secret, Dean. I think because I can tell you from personal experience, when you go to a foreign country, it does take a while to settle in so many ways. I think Nunes has suffered from that. He's never learned the language for the start.
Yeah.
And I think when you got a new country, to especially in the Premier League, it's really difficult. I remember when I went to South Africa, it took me a good couple of months to settle down. And after a 2-year contract, I was back in the UK. So, had a great time over there, very successful, but still wanted to come back home. So that's the problem, I think, some of these guys. You've got to really make sure they're well set in this country and looked after, so they don't want to, get back into their own countries. Especially
it's like me when I went away, and I knew that I was coming back. I knew that I was going to come back.
Yeah.
And that's the way, like you, George, when you went to South Africa, you knew that you were coming back home. You know what I mean? To your home. And that's the beauty of it. But, that's the first I've heard of that since you just said that, that there's rumours about the greatest goalkeeper, in my opinion. I always thought Ray Clements was the greatest goalkeeper. I always thought Tommy Lawrence was until Clement
That's
came.
right, yeah.
And this fella, he's a giant.
He's got us a lot of points, hasn't he? Some of his saves.
Oh,
he got us into Europe with a header.
Yeah, that one against Napoli, that save, that would have put us out, and we went on to win the European Cup.
And the header he scored against West Brom put us in the European Cup.
West Brom.
Last minute.
Yep.
That was brilliant.
To put us through.
Yeah.
So, Dorothy is a good question now.
Yeah.
He's going to be with us for a long time, I think. Even the great Ali had made a few mistakes. I think Keller is a good goalie, but Ali is the best.
Yeah, the key word is Keller is a good goalie. Alisson's a great goalie.
Yeah. He's the best goalkeeper I've seen. And he's not the best goalkeeper I've seen. I'm going to surprise you, Dino. I've already told you this. I seen him at Goodison Park, and his name was Lev.
Oh, yeah.
The Russian goalkeeper, the World Cup. Unbelievable. Some of the players, I seen Pele. I seen Eusebio.
Garincha.
Oh, hey. What was that, George?
Remember that goal Garincha scored at Goodison Park with the outside of his foot? He got a bent right leg. His right leg was bent, and he got a free kick outside the box, 30 yards on the right-hand side of the box, and he curled it around the left-hand side of the wall into the top right-hand corner of the net. I've never seen a goal like it, like a banana. Flew in the top corner. Unbelievable.
They had great kits. They always brought great kits out. And I'm sure Giorgio Armani was the designer for kits. Incredible kits. Unbelievable.
That's some great players, Brazil, didn't they? Great players.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho.
Well, I was going to mention that about the bent leg.
Yeah.
The bent leg.
Yeah, polio when he was young. Somebody told me he put his boots on the wrong feet. He had his right boot on his left feet, his left boot on his right.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
no,
that.
I'm only kidding, Frank. I'm only kidding. No, I didn't.
Oh, well,
It looked like a left free kick. It flew in the top corner. Should look for that on YouTube. It's unbelievable, Dean.
It's
Brazil,
you know.
1966.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Me and my mates were there. Nobby Clark and Raymond Brooks. Great, three of us. And we'd seen everything. And I always remember when we won the World Cup in '66. Won the England. And we seen every trophy that could be won on the pitch, except the European thing. It was incredible. You know, Roy Vernon, and who else was it? Forget who it was. You know, running around. You know, both Liverpool and Everton when we were playing.
Wasn't that the Charity Shield, Frank?
What?
Was that the Charity Shield at Goodison?
It could have been, yeah.
Roger Hunt.
Roger Hunt, yeah. Ray Wilson, Roy Vernon.
Ray Wilson, yeah. And Roger Hunt, yeah.
Oh, we can't running around with the pitch.
Yeah, because they both were in the team, weren't they, Ray Wilson?
World Cup.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And
that day we won the World Cup. I got married that day.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you get married that day?
I got married that day, 30th of July, 66, yeah. Yeah, I watched the final at the reception in London Road, Samson and Barlow's London Road. Me and Peter Thompson's wife, we watched it, and a couple of the other guests in the window of Rumbelows on the television.
Did the Jamie come up on?
But Frank, being Scottish, you know, I mean, I wasn't that bothered really. I mean, I was made up that we won, obviously, England, but I wasn't that bothered.
Well, I was a young lad, you know, like one of these kids who would go to match and they're all doing this now. And I only wanted Roger Hunt to score. Now, here's my take on this. And I was even going back then. Do you ever remember when Jeff Hurst did it at the underside of the bar, came down? I thought Roger should have followed that in and got.
He turned away, didn't he?
He
turned away. He said it was over the line.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been given that.
It's very close when the Russian referee, Russian linesman gave it.
Yeah, he just gave it. Yeah. No VAR.
I wonder what VAR would have said about that one. It would have been interesting. VAR.
That wouldn't have gone in there. That wouldn't have gone in there. So you know. Snake,
it's history now. England won.
Yeah, I can't see us being passive against anybody, even less so in a final. Finals are played to win. Plus, how much would Slot want to register his first piece of
spot on? Yeah, spot on. Of course.
And the Anfield Roar says Clivert just scored the best goal of the season. Wow.
We kept him quiet, didn't we?
Mr. City.
Yeah. The Redbird. People put Mo down because he plays for us. Yes. If he played for the Mike, they would drool all over him.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I've said exactly the same. If he played for Man United or Chelsea, it's a total different thing. Different argument.
But why is that? Why is it?
I think there's obviously some kind of agenda against Liverpool. Whether you believe that, I personally do see it in the media. I don't think Liverpool got anywhere near the same amount of respect as clubs do. It's like all of a sudden, because Liverpool are top of the league, it's how the decision and how Liverpool are. Take into account that we've only lost one game all season. We're unbeaten away from home. We won the Champions League stage, but it's not how good we are. It's how bad everyone else is. They've all had injuries, but no one said nothing when we had injuries last season and we had to play with kids.
I mean, that Andy Goldstein, I watched him on TalkSport.
Definitely an agenda.
And he was saying, Liverpool are not, this Liverpool team, it's not a great team. It's a good team. It's not a great team. I mean, what a load of nonsense, you know. They're just going for clickbait, I think, trying to generate controversy.
Well, I'm going to go right down. Just going to go on with this Christopher, I want to catch up, lads, with the comments, because they're very important, to be honest. This is what this is about. And Christopher says, Mo Salah broke or equalled about 10 records on Sunday alone. He's up there with the greats.
Yeah.
Every week. And Dorothy says, not sure which way Trent might go. Hopefully, I'd keep him if we can. And Paul always says, one of Robbo or Samikas must be going in the summer. I don't think Robbo will. I think he'll be a good backup for someone, because the rest he is having, like Milner at the time, he was having rest, wasn't he? And, playing all right, not saying every game. But anyway, George, you've just echoed my 3 points as if you heard me, and I don't know what that was about. I'm sorry, Dorothy, I don't know what it was about, sweetheart. No, he's too old. Can we buy Son? He defo would rather be at LFC.
I'm not sure
Ship
about
sail.
that one. He would have done in his prime.
Too old.
Yeah, he was playing McCain.
He's too old. The Snapey says, Kirkes at Bournemouth. Him and Szoboszlai are big buddies.
Yeah.
Tuna of Wolves couldn't hide his admiration for us in his interview post-defeat the other week.
Yeah, I like him.
Do you like him, Tino?
Yeah, from what I've seen of him, yeah. He looks like
Class.
I like it, the fact how he plays with a lot of energy as well, and I think that's something that Liverpool look for. He's aggressive, he's on the front foot.
Well, Bonkers LFC says Salah goal and assist tomorrow. I hope so. And Jared Murphy, he says Arnold Slot received a gift-wrapped squad that any decent coach would succeed with. Don't rush to sell players. Fenway won't replace them with big money. Sharks won't change asset build policy.
I don't agree with the first part. I don't agree with the first part about. All right, I mean, he's been left a good squad of players, but Arnold Slot's still got to get them players to play.
I was going to say that, Dean. Spot on that, mate.
Yeah, of course.
Don't get the players to buy in then. He has improved certain players, hasn't he? Gravenberch, Jones, and a few others.
Yeah.
And he's always respected Jurgen. He's always said enough.
He's been solely respectful. But also, though, you could have the same argument with Paisley to Shankly. That's like what you're saying. It's like, well, it was all Shankly's team. You know what I mean? And that's so disrespectful to Bob Paisley, and I think it's disrespectful to Arne Slot as well.
No, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And Dorothy says plays as a centre back or left back for the Eredivisie club Ajax and the Netherlands. The left back I'd want, I'm telling you now, and he can play another position, which is left sided centre back, and that's in Cappy. I think he's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
love it.
Quality player.
And the Redbird, that's the old lady. Did you see the scarf which had them Scousers again? That was the old lady, she's holding up the scarf. Yeah. Them Scousers again.
Brilliant.
The old lady. Oh, I love our away supporters. Yeah, I really do. And I know a few of them.
Yeah, I know a lot of them go away.
And Dorothy says, Salah showed De Bruyne the way.
Yeah.
I'm going right down, boys. He was IBR. Even a Franco, Jorginho, and Dino.
Great company there.
Good to see you there, IBR. Really. Snappy. Bayern Munich fans were extremely vocal in their approval at Guardiola's departure. In was mooted at the boardroom level, Beckenbauer specifically. He doesn't put a soul into his job. He's cold. That's the pet.
He's patronising.
And Dorothy's, she's not backtracking or anything. She's just trying to clarify something. I'm not thinking about moving Alisson out at all. I think he's brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah. Question about it.
And Snaky says, George Scott, I haven't learned the language, but I've settled in brilliantly. That's because he comes from Stoke.
Yeah, but he speaks Esperanto.
He's a wool.
Yeah.
And
I've seen him at Jeff's book launch, and he educated me there.
The IBR comes in with a cracker here. Can I ask the people out there, if you just press the like, all of you press
definitely.
the like, because that's what I need, the algorithm to be up there.
Get up to 1,000. Get up to 1,000.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, just subscribe, even if
Yeah, the subscriptions.
you don't like us.
It costs nothing, does it?
And the IBR says, and this is spot on, Buffon was still the top 3 in the world at 38 years of age, probably still top 10 at 41 years old. So why not Alisson?
Yeah, spot on. Could be 100%.
You look after yourself as a goalkeeper, you could go on a long time.
And the Anfield Ross is IBR, Stella. Right. Naby Keita was a top 3 anything, but he played well into his 70s at Anfield.
I always remember that X-ray shirt. He had a shirt at X-ray. Brilliant.
The Anfield Ross says, didn't Socrates used to smoke 40 a day? That Zico was some player. Do you know what? He came on the pitch in a World Cup. I don't know whether it was 74. And they were all coming out to their second half. And 3 minutes away. So you're right there, the Anfield.
Scored.
And the Anfield says, look, hit the likes, everyone, for Frankie, please. His old algorithms need a boost. It depends on what algorithms my boost needs. To be honest. RDW. He mate. All right, Frank. Wrong night. Lol. DW, I know that you're not with us. I'll send you a message. It's Friday night, mate. It's Friday night.
Wrong night.
No,
He comes on the other one, yeah?
Yeah, it's the current affairs. The media have disliked us for decades, says Snappy. Go back to 1984. I can go back to 1880. Never mind. I can go back decades, centuries, why Liverpool has never been like the Port. Anyway, we beat Roma in their own backyard. An achievement which has never been received, the kudos or recognition it deserves.
Yeah, that was an amazing performance.
Tribalism. Yeah, you're right, it does. Well, I remember beating, was it Barca? It was Barca, Barcelona, on their mitten. And when we beat Real, with that header by Little Eels, what's his name?
Barney.
Yossi Benayoun.
Oh, yeah, Benayoun, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
and when we beat
the European Cup final.
Yeah, Yossi Benayoun, yeah.
No, but remember when we beat the European Cup final, 81? I was there. It was in Paris. I was talking to this French girl, and we just chat to them. And I said, this Paris is wonderful, the Eiffel Tower and the Champs-Élysées, all that. She went, you know, it's Paris. I said, what's Paris? That's how they pronounce Paris. And I was
Paris,
going,
gay Paris.
no, but she was saying Paris. And I was going, well, I didn't know what she was trying to say, you know what I mean? Until I realised, you know, after I woke up the next morning. But that's another matter. I hope our Francine's not listening.
You're going to say that, Frank?
Shouldn't have said. I think Trent is going to Madrid, says the IBR, but it's looking as though Canate goes to Madrid on a free in 2026, as negotiations are going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm going to get the finger out.
He wants to go to Paris, doesn't he?
Say that again.
I think Canate wants to go and play for PSG. He wants to go to Paris.
Well, he's a Parisian, and he's got mates there. He's got his brothers there. He's like a Scouser, if you like. He loves his own town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to let him go for nothing, that's for sure.
I don't think he'll go anywhere.
No, I don't either. It'd be crazy.
Oh, Dennis Pepper, we've got all the international boys. Dennis says City's midfields were complete no-show and without Franken footballer in the box. Had to rely on Foden in the middle. Meanwhile, Canate's support of Trent down the defensive wing could have let them have 66% possession, most complete team game. Go ahead, Zeno. Was it the most complete?
No, he's right. I mean, I thought it was a great example and a game plan, and a game plan being executed to perfection. I thought we were absolutely outstanding, and what I love about Arne Slot is his ability to change things in games. And there was a part, I don't know, you've probably seen it yourself, where Foden was trying to drop into in behind our midfield in front of the defence, and he was trying to drag players out of position, and Arne Slot came out and he was going to Van Dijk. He was going, if he goes there, go with him, push, go with him, and City had no answers for it. No. And back to one of the earlier comments, Slot schooled Guardiola. He really did.
He did. I thought it was brilliant the way he brought in. Also, Salah was helping Trent out, but then Endo came in and completed the job. Because once Endo was there, he wasn't getting much change out of Trent then. But up till then, he was going past Trent.
I thought Trent done well. If you watch, it's more in the first 6 minutes where that Zoku gets around him about 2 or 3 times straight away.
On the outside,
I thought Trent done really well after that. He didn't. And I mean, with Zoku, he reminds me a bit of Peter Beagrie, a bit of a circus act. You know, he's got all the flicks and the tricks, but he's got no end product at all.
Exactly. I mean, he's a handful for any fullback, but he's got no end product.
Yeah.
The Anfield, can I just get right onto Edwards here? I want to go back to the Anfield Road. It's a good question, by the way. Enzo was a battler. Edwards, listen, get on the description, please. And send an email, and I'll send you my email, and I'll also send you my phone number too. Okay. And the Anfield Road, question for Frankie and panel. What's your opinion? I'll go straight to you, Dino, on Slot's comment about anyone coming into this club. He said, quote, anyone coming in must be up to Salah's standards, unquote. So that means no one's coming.
No, I actually love the comments because it shows how Slot recognises that, you know, there's a level that you've got to be at to play for Liverpool Football Club. So judging by that comment, what he's saying is that you have got to be an exceptional footballer if you want to be a part of this team. And like I said, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's something that like all the great managers, Shankly and all that, will probably attest to.
Well, what he means by that is not so much you're going to be as good a player, but the way you conduct yourself, the way you train, the way you look after your body, the way you come to training, the way you apply yourself, your ambition, your passion. That's what Salah indicates to everybody. I mean, nobody can have exactly the ability Salah's got on the pitch, but you've got to have everything else as well.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he's saying, really. If you come to Liverpool, that's the standard you have to aspire to.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I don't know, someone's arguing there. I must have gone right down with it. There's always been tribalism among fans. Sorry. That goes for any club. Of course, there's always tribalism, to be honest. Redbird. We're a tribe, but we're a decent tribe. We've always been a good tribe. You know what I mean? But we're not stupid, and we can take care of ourselves. Well, I can't now, but the lads can. And Redbird, whoever I says that this is a person. This, by the way, whoever you are, Frank is never rude to any of his followers. If he did call someone an arsehole, that person must have been one. Hope you're not one. I don't know who this guy is, to be honest. I haven't a clue.
Aye.
Because he replies here, Redbird, I was defending chat. He called arseholes, watch it back. Have you heard me saying that? Have I said that today?
Well, I haven't heard you saying it when I've been on the panel.
Sorry, but to me, rude. Anyway, I won't do it. I don't know what he's on about. I haven't a fucking clue. So, anyway, Dorothy would have told me off.
Yeah.
I'd have said that. Well, according to one of the commentators, Doku has done Trent 47 times.
That's nonsense.
I've got nothing to show for it.
You couldn't possibly have done it 47 times.
I think I'll be honest.
Every 2 minutes.
What do you think of Enzo here? IBR. Enzo is a cart horse and vital to a squad.
I don't think he's a cart horse. I think he's a really...
what I think he means...
I think cart horse is a bit of a put down, isn't it?
Yeah.
A cart horse, it's a bit of a put down.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but there's a different meaning, you know. A cart horse, you can't get past them.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know where IBR's from, but I mean, here we say cart horse as in, like, you know,
big centre forward.
Yeah.
Got a big centre half, Maguire.
Yeah.
He lives next door to Steve Evans. That's where
we used to say that all the time. He's a he's a bloody cart horse, big bloody cart horse. You meant a bad thing, but I think what IBR's saying is a compliment, I think, to Endo. Yeah. I love him. I think he's everything what football should be about. He's captain of bloody Japan. He comes on the pitch, he puts a shift in, he tackles, he fights, never gives up, and he shores it up for us in the last 10-15 minutes. There
are two meanings for the cart horse. Did you know that? It's not just like, I know what we say is a cart horse, you know, we've called people cart horses. You know, that big Charlie Early, do you remember him?
Yeah, he was a cart horse, definitely.
He was a cart horse. But a cart horse in like terms of animalistic is they're heavy. You can't get past them. They're strong.
That's what he means, Frank. I think that's what
strong, if you know what I mean. They're very strongest animal in the horse world.
Slot likes him as well. Slot said he likes him. He really was quite praising him the other day.
Around, didn't he?
He's good. He's good for closing the game out. He's good
for
closing the game out. I don't think he's by any means a starter.
No. Do you ever remember that, against Wolves? The last minute, that fella was by the byline.
Yes.
There was a couple waiting in the area. Yeah. And Endo got to and just...
You see, that's what I mean, Frank, in that he's really good at closing games out. And, like, he come on Sunday and he won a few important tackles, you know, when... I think he's got value. But, I mean, I don't see it as a starter. I just see it as he's just someone who's reliable to come on and shore things up. See the clock out.
Yeah, I don't think Slot sees him as a starter, Dean. I think Slot
Yeah.
sees him exactly what you said, as a guy that can close the game down. And he
Yeah.
brings energy onto the pitch, a lot of energy in the last 15
Yeah.
minutes, if we need
He's
it.
a battler. He's a battler. He's a fighter, and you can see,
Yeah,
you know,
I
he's
call him a
proud
bit
to
of a
it.
little warrior. Yeah, yeah.
What Fedor saying to that, hello, what are you going on about? This fella is a troll.
You get them, don't you? You get them. Yeah.
He's a troll, and I think I know who he is, to be honest. He's the arsehole. I've said it. And he was defending the chat. Defend yourself, fella. Don't fucking defend me. No need to. Don't defend Dino, and don't defend George, and don't defend Snapey and Fedor. Anyone. You don't need defending. No one.
Snippy. Brilliant.
And Copite says, Raw, I think this guy might be Noah Hyde. You know, Noah Hyde, he just loves...
Yeah, controversy.
Yeah, look, Jonathan's hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
I think he means he's a strong defender.
Yeah. So we said in the end, Dorothy, you're right.
Yeah, no, I could see the compliment in it because it said vital, but I mean, I've never used that as a compliment. I've used cartos as a put down.
No, me either. Yeah, no. Old school.
Yeah, look,
old school.
He comes out. Yeah, Snapey says, look, cartos equals Duncan Ferguson.
Yeah, exactly.
Andy Carroll.
Gary Early.
Sean Dundee.
I think that's not even enough of a put down for Sean Dundee, to be honest. Sean Dundee's better than a cartos. He was just an absolute waste of breath.
Oh, God, bloody hell. You're
undermining
the cartos when you mentioned
he was
Sean.
terrible. I remember him. I was at the game. I was at the game against Aston Villa when he made his first start. And like, it's like he's never kicked the ball ever. You know, when you look at someone, you think, you know, he's got something about him, but you think there's no way he's a professional footballer. Someone's blagged off on something here that he's a footballer, because he was atrocious.
Can you imagine it? How I feel? I couldn't break into the team, and that guy played for the first team. You know,
I know exactly, George, and you obviously had something about you, but this Sean Dundee had absolutely nothing.
Well, we had no substitutes. We had no substitutes, unfortunately.
I remember, I don't know, you know what Liverpool's like for rumours as a city, like, but you know, Liverpool signed someone is like, oh, he's the next this, and I remember people were saying, oh, he's faster than Michael Owen and all that, and like, I've honestly seen Milk turn quicker than him. He was awful.
The IBR says,
You're not wrong.
The IBR is explaining himself. I mean, excuse me, what we tell
Yeah, good man. Well, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, a cartos like a pit pole. He puts in the nit and grit and hard work.
Yes.
Oh, agree, 100%.
Yeah.
And Dorothy says, a large, strong horse suitable for heavy work. Definition.
Yeah, that's what you said, Frank. Different definitions.
Yep. And the Red Bear says, aye, stop being a troll. We ain't having any of it. You never been in our chats before. You must be a troll. Frank, ignore any troublemaker and don't read our idiot chats out. No.
Yeah.
No. Thanks, Francine, he's happy to play anywhere for the team.
Yep.
He's a team player, and that's what he is. He's a team player, and he's reliable.
Yeah. A valuable member of the squad.
And the Emperor says, Francine, well. How are you, love? Says the Emperor. Hello, Francine. I bet she's gone now. Pops in now again.
Be off to one of the gigs.
See if anyone's shouting at me like those, like that eye fella. Red Bears Stevie, have you swallowed a dictionary coming out with your big words?
You've just noticed, Redbird, have you?
Oh,
Brilliant.
Luke says, yeah, mate.
That's the shortest
Right.
word you've used in the last 3 years. Yes, mate.
Yeah. He's becoming a scouser at last. Car source, I think that is equals car source lives lives matter.
We'll be taking the knee for car horses.
Sean Dundee was like Mick Dundee, only a good at wrestling crocodiles.
Probably wasn't even good at that.
Our Francine still with us. Don't blame me. She was took me to the doctors, to the opticians, and she left the phone. She said, "I'll see you Thursday, Dad." So I said, "Okay." She left the phone, and she had to come back. Slap me over the head with it.
I haven't.
So listen, lads. Before we go, hang on. And Dorothy says, new Facebook account there, Frank. F. Lee looks a bit sus. Yeah, I've seen it before. I never commented because he said if you want to watch the game, and he put on this thing, you know.
Yeah.
Poor Dean's going mad, you know. And yeah, because you missed the match.
No, it's an old Liverpool season review from 1989.
Oh, right, okay.
I always on all the time, regardless.
89.
Paul Owe to the LBR. To right, and let's all take to one knee for Endo, the Cartos.
Yeah, he said Cartos's lives matter. Take the knee.
So what do you reckon there, boys? What do you reckon for tomorrow night? I'll go to you, George. Is it the same team? And can you give a prediction, please?
Yeah, I think the back four will be the same as we had against City. I think the midfield. Probably. We didn't play with any strikers, did we, against City? We didn't have Jota or Nunes or Gakpo till the end. So I don't know whether he'll throw Jota in. I'm thinking midfield, probably what we said before, the same as we had.
What about Jones?
Well, that's what I'm just thinking. I'm trying to reconcile in my mind about Curtis. If he's not playing midfield, if you've got Gavin, Birch, Szoboszlai, McAllister midfield, you're going to have Jones, like, I don't know, have to be up front, wouldn't he? Or in a holding midfield position. Definitely Salah will be playing without a doubt. Obviously, we know that. And I would like to see Gakpo, but you might not start him because he's been injured. So I think you probably have Diaz, Jones, and Salah to start.
That's it. That's a good show. What about you, Dino? Same team, you said?
Yeah, I think he might make a couple
Steven
of changes.
Gerrard. That was Steven Gerrard.
Which is Steven Gerrard impression. The crack of that.
Darryl was right.
We should go on the road. I'll do my Shankly impression. You do the Gerrard impression, mate. All right, son.
No, I think there might be one or two changes. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Jota starts. I think he might bring Jota back in and maybe take Dom out, give Dom a little bit of a rest, and have a midfield three of Gravenberch, Curtis, and McAllister, and then you've always got the options to change if it's not working.
Switch round, yeah.
But as far as it, I don't like to preempt. I don't like to do it. I'd rather just say, like, I'm confident that I think we'll win, but
okay. No, that'll do. Because I don't like predicting either.
I'm not a fan of predictions. They have a habit of biting me on the ass. So I'd like to just say I think we'll win. I think we've got enough. I think we play play to the standard we know we're capable of, I think we win the game.
Yeah, you're right. If we play the way Liverpool play, we win the championship in May. That's what we're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's simple as that. And Snapey says, good night, everyone. Been a blast. Let's the Liver Bears outsmart the scavenging Magpies tomorrow. Up the mighty Red Men. 3-0 to the Reds. Trent to score a Walesy free kick. They'll concede free kicks.
Fingers
Come on,
crossed.
lads. Give us all your things. Give us all your predictions. Paul Owie, 4-3, and another classic win against Newcastle.
Couldn't stand the 4-3.
Barry Aldred says 4-2 to the Reds. Thanks, fellas. No, thank you.
That's what it was last season.
Yeah. Good game last year, yeah. They're always great atmospheres against Newcastle.
Yeah, they are. They always bring it as well. Newcastle, like their fans are really passionate.
And the greatest fella who sits on the cop says Callum 2-1 Liverpool. He's always saying these bloody ones, you know. I'm like this 10 minutes ago.
It's no good for the heart that, you know, all these 2-1s, 1-0, you know, 5 minutes to go, 1-0 up.
Exactly. And the IBR comes on with a 3-2.
Let's get 3-0 up at half time and then we can relax a bit.
And Salah and Jota says he'll go front. Okay.
Well, I've got them too.
Another 2-1. He just has a clean sheet against City at the Etihad. And they're coming up with all these like little squeaky wins.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the game. It should be a cracker.
The Anfield Road, 2-1 Liverpool, another tight match.
I tell you what, it's a bit of a relief to get the 11 points clear, though, isn't it? You know, we'd have lost against City and Arsenal win, you know, and we don't know. It was going to be close. Very relaxing.
I think Arsenal losing has given us a bit of a boost, though. I think it gave the players a bit of a boost because
give everybody a boost. Yeah, we did.
And then, like, no, these don't want this now. Let's just go and seize the opportunity now. Let's take the initiative and go and beat City and just take care of business.
Yeah, win tomorrow would be fantastic.
I think the likes of Virgil will say, listen, let's not slip.
Yeah.
We've done the work. We went to Manchester City. We turned them over. Now let's get going, lads. I think he'll say that. And as I said, Freedom of Jerry, 2-1. You'll never walk alone. Snapey says, cheers, Frank, George, and the ubiquitous.
What does that mean?
Fantastic.
Oh, brilliant.
Right.
Don't forget, I left school at 15.
I think Gordon is a problem for Trent, as is Isaac for our centre-backs.
As I said before, we need to watch them.
And Paul always says, let's hope Forest give Arsenal our game, our time. And the league could be 14 points tomorrow night.
Yeah, it'll be something else, won't it? And a better goal difference.
And Coppice, I think it gave Frank a boost on Red Bears, them 2 more bag of nerves before the City. I told them, chill, we would win, and we did, team. And he did, he did say that. And Liam Molyneux, you can tell this lad's all the way from Ireland, can't you? Even if Frank can guess it. We're finishing off Liam, lad. Yes, he.
Get in there.
You can go for another 2 hours if you want, Frank.
Yeah, I could do a Ken Dodd.
Poor Frank's
we'll just go for 24 hours.
All right. The Anfield Road, as long as Elliot and Darwin are not involved, we should get some points.
Yeah, it's weird. All the fans were shouting Nunes' name, weren't they? He went over at the end and they're all shouting Nunes. And half of them are criticising him and still shouting his name. It's weird.
What do you think?
I'd love to see him score a goal. Come on and score a couple of goals. It would be fantastic. Go out with a bang.
Nunes is a cart horse. The other definition of it, though.
Yeah, look at that. Jorginho is getting ready for his cocoa and cookies.
I am. You see, you don't understand. I mean, when you get to my age, you need some sustenance. And that's the only sustenance I get these days. Drop of cocoa.
I got myself a curry, right, you know, and I said to Francie, and I said, do you want to take that? Because I don't eat curries. And she said, no. So anyway, I put it in the air. I thought my ears were going to blow off. I ate it. This curry chicken thing. Wow. The steam was coming out my ears. It was horrible.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it depends how hot it is, doesn't it?
I love a hot curry.
Yeah, look at that. A spontaneous podathon. Podathon. Frank.
He sleep with a
He said he was going an hour ago.
He always says he goes to his bed and he just comes back again.
I know, he's still there now, typing.
He says
And
it
that's
takes
all he said. He's talking to Bally Eldridge. He says, yes, some crazy battles with the two. He's right, though.
There has been some great games.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great games throughout the years. Like,
what's that? Georgie Pioggi, lad. Do you feel injured?
Georgie Porgy.
Oh, Georgie Porgy.
Pudding and pie. Yeah, well, I know. I played golf yesterday, 18 holes of golf, and I shot 37 points, which was 1 under par, and I won the competition. So there you go. So I'm fit as a fiddle.
Go away.
Yep. At Southport and Ainsdale Golf Club. It's not an easy course. So, you know, you got to keep going, boys. You got to keep fighting all the way. Don't let age trouble you. It's only a number. I keep telling Frank that.
I can't swing my arm, to be honest. So, but anyway, the Anfield Road.
Lucky Frank, after a heart bypass and double pneumonia and skin cancer and all sorts, but I'm still here.
I know you are, George, and it's wonderful. And it's wonderful that you're on here as well.
Yeah, anyway, it's time for my cocoa, Frank. I better get going and leave you with Dean there. Finish off the show.
Oh, that's great, George.
I'll pop in next week, Frank.
24 hours we're going for.
But I'll see you next Tuesday anyway, won't I?
Yeah, I'll be on next Tuesday. Lovely. I look forward to it every week, Frank. It's brilliant, yeah. And lovely to be on with Dean as well, yeah. And I hope you enjoyed the book, Dean.
He will.
Yeah, it's been great. They're enjoying reading it.
Yeah, good night. God bless everybody. And come on, tomorrow night, big game.
Take care.
Hey?
See you later, George.
Take care.
Ta-ra, mate. Any lovely gentlemen. Yeah. It's great. Imagine Shankly signing him. He came to see me once and he brought everything. Those memorabilia of Shankly's, you know, the contract and everything. It was fantastic. And
I was made up last week when he messaged me and all that, and he said, I'll send you the book and all that, and then Saturday morning and arrived and he signed and everything by him. Really, really made up life.
That's what George is like, to be honest. And the Anfield Road, Darwin in Spanish means misses and Nunes means chances. Well, I'm glad he lives up to his name.
Wow.
Nunes, the IBR says Nunes is more like a pantomime horse. Edward, got a good record against Newcastle at home. Yes, we have. And Liam Molyneux, he says LFC 4, Newcastle 0, Forest 3, Arsenal 1. Some prediction that.
Be a very, very good night if it is.
And the cop-out says, what's your worst injuries? What's the worst injury you've had? Broken neck, mate. That's me. Oh, and, you know, through medical, it's only got on me with a triple repair aneurysm when I died. So I'm lucky to be here.
Broken hand, me, that's it.
Is that it, mate? That's what I mean about people. You know, when I put up about, you know, the gap painting services because I fell back painting the ceiling to my neck. This is the way I am today. You know, because the neurosurgeon said, as you get older, you'll go progressively worse down your left-hand side. And I am. And COVID did me no good because I became housebound because I needed exercise, couldn't go out. Anyway, that's enough of me. And Barry says, played there numerous times. Frank, where? Where did he play? I'm sorry there, Barry. Where? Playing for Liverpool and Tranmere, says the cop-out. The Anfield Ross says, IBS, that's GCSE, Spanish, that's GCSE. Someone said to me, have you got any qualifications? I'm going back a while, you know, because I'm an historian, as you know. And I can go back about Liverpool, and I'm not talking about football, I'm talking about the city. And now it was disregarded. You know, like, example, mid-19th century. There was more millionaires living in Liverpool than there were anywhere else in the world. Yeah. Anywhere in the world. And we cornered the market for everything because of sale. And they didn't like it, especially London, you know, all the merchants down there. They didn't like it. So they always had a grievance against us. It's like what I do now. It's like Russophobia, for example, by this country against Russia. No matter what's happening in Ukraine, there's always been a Russophobia since the Crimean War, where we were defeated and the Russians threw us out. You see, so, you know, you have this, like, phobia against, and it's like the xenophobia against Liverpool and the phobia. It's like the managed decline by Margaret Thatcher in the 80s. Liverpool City could have easily have become, and all the Scousers, apathetic. But football saved us. Both Liverpool and Everton saved us from apathy. So I know all about, you know, the history. And this fellow were there. Have you got any qualifications? I said, if I put my name down on that envelope, I wouldn't be able to fit every letter on. What was there? Snapey. Night George. The Emperor. Night George. Great as ever, lad. Cop out. What game's that on in the background, do you know? It's all Liverpool, isn't it?
It's Liverpool against Arsenal from the League Cup semi-final at Villa Park in 1989.
Really?
Yeah.
One of the great
McMahon scored a cracker.
Do you know one of the great nights, and it never gets mentioned, really? Well, it gets mentioned, but rarely gets mentioned. And that was the quarter-final Champions League against Arsenal.
Yeah.
When that Adebayor scored, and 6 minutes to go, and we were out, and we came back.
Yeah.
With a penalty by Stephen, and
I was there.
Ryan Babel fought. Incredible.
I still believe that when Ryan Babel scored the fourth, that's the loudest I've ever heard Anfield celebrate a goal. It was like crazy. honestly, it was crazy. I've never heard anything so loud in all my life.
Well, to
And
be
I was
honest,
there, you know.
go
on, mate.
No, I was going to say the greatest roar I ever heard, because I was right in the middle of it, was when Davy Fairclough hit the third against San Etienne. Incredible, in 77. And it was the most unbelievable roar. San Etienne were a top team. I think they were favourites for the European Cup, to be honest. And when that roar, I'm sure the fucking roof moved. It shook, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Never heard a roar like it. But then again, I was right in the middle of it. Whereas the Arsenal game, this quarter final, I was in the Anfield upper stand.
Yeah.
So the roar wasn't the same. Whereas you might have been in the cup that night.
Yeah, I was in the cup, yeah.
There you go. There you go. Take care, Giorginio, says the IBR. Sorry, watching your TV there, says the Callum. As well as football and a bit. Hello?
Hello, Snapey.
As well as football and ability, Shanks signed characters. George is the embodiment of that. Lovely fella. I'll tell him that, actually. I'll tell him that. I'll tell him that, mate, honestly. Forest are starting to fade, so I think Arsenal will beat them, says the IBR. And the copite. Frank Payton, your sailor. How did you go so far back? What were you doing? Practicing a backflip? Yeah, I did a backflip. I was standing on Callum. I was standing on one of them horses that you put planks on. You know, carpenters use them. And I thought I was being clever. And as I went back, it slipped. And I had a radiator in the middle of the. And as I went back, bang, hit the back of my neck. And I punctured, the vertebrae punctured my spinal cord. That's what happened. And Barry said, S&A golf, Frank, it was for George. Oh, it was for George. Do you think we might set up same as City with Jones and Szoboszlai as the false forwards and Gapco and Salah on the wide? That's a good shout, that by Callum. It really is. And Liam says, Frank, always loved your historical stories. Have you authored any book? That's what I've authored.
What's that mean?
Yeah.
Where can you buy that from, Frank?
Can't, it's out of print. It's out of print, mate. That's the only one left. It's the only one left. It's out of print. Like all the DVDs.
My favourite place when I was a kid was the Maritime Museum. I used to love it in there.
Say that again.
My favourite place to go when I was a kid was the Maritime Museum.
I love going
into
there. Just the Walker Gallery and the museum, you know, down William Brown Street there. Loved it. Yeah. The library. Loved the library. Loved the library. Honestly. So I have Liam. Copite says Liverpool versus Chelsea 2019 was one of the best atmospheres don't find them like that now. No. I was on the Cops, Barry, that night. I was against Bruges first leg when we turned around 2-0 deficit. Yeah. There's a fella, you know. Go on.
I have it, you know, this thing like the atmosphere and all that gets criticised at Anfield and all that quite a lot. And the thing with the Anfield atmosphere is that it's not a myth. It's just that it takes something to lift it. So it depends on the opponent. It depends on what's riding on the game, and it depends on Liverpool's circumstances in the game. Because like a couple of times last season and even this season, when we've gone behind, the crowds got right up and lifted, and like the likes of Luton last season, Fulham, and Brighton this season. So the Anfield atmosphere is not a myth. It's just that it takes circumstances to evoke that you know, reaction.
It's surprising, isn't it? You know, the way everyone has different opinions about things, you know. And they have, it's like what you said before about Nunes. Yeah, I've heard you say about FSG. And you do get people who support FSG, you know, by saying, look what they've done for us. I'm in touch with a lawyer, top lawyer, believe it or not, in Singapore. And you want to hear what he says about the FSG. And what I've been saying for years, when these lads come out and say, they saved us. And I've always said, no, they've never saved us. And this fella got in touch with me. He said, you are so right. He said, you're in the law business. I said, no. He said, well, how do you know? And I told him, I explained about the Royal Bank of Scotland by coming out and saying the Liverpool Football Club would never, ever have gone into liquidation. They've got too many assets and collateral.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, anyway, this fella says exactly the same. And he said, FSG are there to take money, not to invest money. And he's a top lawyer.
They're all outgrowing the business portfolio, aren't they? You know, like acquiring new like teams in different sports and stuff.
Yeah. You know, that's why I said about the, and he told me about the Asian money as well. That's what he said to me. You know, about the shirt, all the merchandise. Anyway, Liam Molyneux says, Frank, what historical fact about Liverpool still amazes you to this day? The X-ray, the building of a dock system. These are all first in the world, by the way. The building of a passenger railway system. The very first tunnel to go underwater that everybody copied. The first botanical gardens in the world, 1801. The very first, 1831, zoological gardens in the world. The first radio broadcast in the world. There's loads, mate. There's loads. Even coppers, believe it or not, we had the very first car radios. Did you know that, Dino?
No, never.
And we also, you know, to catch thieves, our policemen, we're talking the 19th century, they gave them rubber boots so they could sneak up on them rather than the hobnail boots. There's lots, Liam. There's loads, you know, which I'm very proud of this city achieving. One of the greatest things, you know, historically, which I love and I love telling people about it. And I used to love telling them about it when I used to bring them out. Was Wellington statue, and Wellington, as the bird flies, the crow flies, he's looking over, not looking into the city, but he's looking at his greatest victory, which is in Belgium, and that's the Battle of. Anyway, it's made from the French cannons captured at Waterloo. As the crow flies, he's looking at Waterloo, and the statues made from the cannons captured. I love that. I love that little piece of history. I really do. And of course, the greatest one that to give us was King John. Any idea what King John gave us? Going back to 1207.
I've heard of this.
You should know. You should know.
The Magna Carta?
That was, no, not him. That was William, though.
Or was it?
You see it every time. Every time you go to match. Every time you go to match and you're looking at our players, you see it. On the jersey.
The lava bird.
The lava bird. He gave us the lava bird with his royal seal. The eagle of St. John and King John. Spot on there, look at that. Yeah, he couldn't get it out quicker. Oh, that's great. So you got it. The lava bird is like Liam, lad. I've got to mention Bill Clopper statue. But clearly, we are a Celtic club. But I see many players leaving this summer, like Darwin, Kelleher, Gomez, Costas, Trent, Morton, Lucho, that would give us a good funds to spend in the market. Well, do you know, I love that copper, builder, honestly, because we've been talking about them before, builder. We've been talking about them, and it'll be very hard to get anything from them. I think he'll keep the same fucking squad, to be honest. But anyway, Dino, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, thank you, mate. I love it.
All right, so
really
next Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
When are we playing? We're not playing on open. When are we playing?
Wednesday. I think we play Wednesday, don't we? I'm not sure. I'll have to. Let me check here. Tuesday. Oh no, hang on, no, Wednesday. Wednesday, first leg's Wednesday, the second leg's on the Tuesday.
Okay, so I'll be seeing you next Tuesday. And Liam says, what's the significance of the Wellington statue in the city of Liverpool? Is there a connection? Yes, the mobilisation left from Liverpool. I wish I could show you something. I wish I could show you something, Liam. And you'll go, wow. And it's a frieze with Wellington on and the soldiers leaving Liverpool, and no one sees it. I do, and I've showed loads of people. But if we're ever going out, because there's, if I get better through physio and that, at the end of the season, we're meeting up. And we'll meet up in town, and I'll show you these things that are so significant with Wellington Now, don't forget the statue was built from the French cannons captured at Waterloo. And I'll show you these things, and you'll go, wow. That's the significance. That's the significance. IVR, another banging show, Franco and Dinino.
Nice one, mate.
The Freedom. Good night and God bless. Good night, Freedom. Lovely to have you on. The Snakey.
He's still there.
Prediction in corner. I'll get a webcam, Frank. Send us a link. I'll inform next to us to shut his devices down so I can get uninterrupted Wi-Fi. Oh, the fuck. He uses the fella's wife. There was a mate of mine who used to come on as well. And he said, it's great this, you know. I said, you've got a lovely picture there, Jimmy. He said, yeah. He said, honest to God. He uses the church, he's next door to the church, and he uses their Wi-Fi.
Typical Wall.
And he's a good Catholic as well. He blesses himself every night before he goes to bed after using the Wi-Fi. Liam says, brilliant, Frank. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Liam. And hey, Frank, when is the first Liverpool watch along? I'm trying to organise it for the next couple of weeks. This is what I was talking to Jason last night, and it went right out of my head. I promise you, I'll speak to him tomorrow night, and I'll get it. He's got to come down here, you see, and set everything up, and I'll do the watch along. So I'll be in the next week or two. Could you do the Carabao Cup final? Yeah, definitely. I'll be definitely doing that. It'll be all set up before then anyway. So that, yeah. And Copite, big up Frank, 3 points against Newcastle tomorrow. Then we will be on 67 points. Yes. And the Copite, watch along for the final of the Cup would be grand. That'll get people in. And do the Arsenal game, watch along. I hope to, Snapey. I hope to. I really do. To get that thing in. Dino, once again, thank you so much, mate.
Oh, thank you, mate. It's been my pleasure.
And we'll see you next week. Did you know when you first came on last week? And you had little Darcy, and was it Lottie?
And Lottie. Darcy and Lottie, yeah.
Yeah, how did they think? What did they think?
Oh, they were made up. They were selling the brands and all of my dad's on the telly and all that.
Oh, go away. That's lovely.
They were asking me to give them shout outs tonight. I said, I can't be doing that. It's Frank's show.
Oh no, you've got to. You've got to say little Darcy and Lottie. You know what I mean?
I've done it now anyway.
Well, I've done it as well. I'll do it next Tuesday as well.
Do it next week.
Yeah. And there's the Snapey says, cheers, lids.
Night, Snapey.
This season's flown by. Fucking hell, 26-7 games in. And Bill, do you think Slot could also win us the yes, can't see why not. Get back from all that. But anyway, you lovely people, thank you so much for joining Dino, George, and Michelle.
Nice one. Up the Reds.
Up the Reds. See you tomorrow night, people. I'll see you. My teammate, Snapey.
Night, mate.
Good night, everybody. Thank you. Ci vediamo. A domani. Ciao, bello.